Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very wet and windy and decidedly pretty fucking horrible P3D video. We're at London Heathrow, where the weather is goddamn awful. This is actually attempt number 2 at making this video, by the way. I didn't make it the first time because basically P3D forgot how to render clouds properly. So yeah, that happened. You may at this point ask, uh-oh, my catering truck is about to wreck this KLM. Oh, sorry, dude. I'd be asking, well, Dave, if P3D is being P3D as it usually does, why not fly an X-plane? Well, the reason for that is we're flying in P3D specifically because of this aeroplane, this Aerosoft A320. Now, you've seen me fly the JAR Design's A320 and X-plane before. The JAR Design is okay, but it's pretty buggy, to be honest with you, and it has a lot of glitchy things which can completely ruin a flight. Normally, I wouldn't care too much, but at the minute, I'm not only flying online on IVAO, but I'm also flying with British Airways Virtual. British Airways Virtual, or BAV for short, as I shall now henceforth call them, are a virtual airline, obviously, and they mirror the real-world operations of British Airways. And I recently joined them, and I've been doing a lot of flying for them. And this today is going to be a BAV flight. We are going from London Heathrow to Gran Canaria, down in the Canary Islands. It's a bit of a trip. It's 4 hours. It's quite a way. I'm slowly trying to build up my hours so that I can get to the next rank in British Airways Virtual, so that I can fly some more planes like the 767. If you're not familiar with the concept of a VA, it's kind of almost like playing in career mode or something, if you really want to give it that cruder description. But yeah, I have a rank, I gain better ranks with more hours that I fly, and so on and so forth. So anyway, the Aerosoft A320 is great because, unlike the JAR, it is 90% of the time far more reliable and just generally better modelled. It's the best Airbus going, frankly, in my opinion, at the minute. At least until FS Labs get around to releasing their Airbus anyway. But yeah, that's why we're here in gloriously awful weather right now at Heathrow. These two guys here are on IVAO as well. That's Speedbird 444 and that's KLM someone or other. They're both going to Amsterdam. We're not. We're going to Gran Canaria. We've got a way longer trip than these two. London Control is on, so I'll be tuning into them for clearance and whatnot. Actually, having said that, Heathrow Tower's also just come on. That's even better. Okay, so I'm actually not that bothered that the first attempt at recording this video failed, to be honest with you, because there was no ATC when I originally tried to record it, but now there's loads, so hooray. So there you are. That's the gist of it. So, yeah, we're going down to Gran Canaria. I'm flying for BA Virtual, trying to get some more hours in. Doing all the A320 routes at the minute. And, yeah, we're going to Gran Canaria, and then we'll be coming back as well. So, it's going to be an extra sort of double bill video episode, whatever you want to call these things that I do. So there you go. Should be good. And, better get underway. So, here we are in the flight deck. I've got the battery switched on and the external power switched on. That's about it. I'm going to get the fuel pump set to auto. We'll align the ADOs, the ADIRS, arm the exit lights, turn on the no smoking signs, turn on the nav logo lights. I will open these doors so that GSX shuts up for just one moment. We'll open these doors as well. If the laggy door page in this thing could actually play ball for once. There we go. Very nice. Ground services is all good. Okay, load and fuel. Let's get this out of the way first. We have today apparently 143 passengers with 243 bags. Now, I have no idea what 243 bags is quantified as, so I'm just going to put in 3 tons of cargo because I haven't got a clue. The fuel for today is, let's have a look. It's in brief. The fuel for today is 11 tons, more or less. So yeah, lots of fuel for quite a long trip. Longest I've done in quite some time, to be honest with you, this one. But I'm going to enjoy it nevertheless. And return, and I'll go back to the doors page because I'll need to close those again in a minute. And we can go over to the MCDU here. I've already got the radios turned on. I will tune into, well, I was going to tune into London Control, but actually I don't need to. I need to tune into Tower. So how about I set that on the standby? That's 118.5. So we'll set that. I won't tune into it just yet, though, so that we don't have to put up with lots of radio chatter just for the minute while I get all this stuff set up. So, although, mind you, I will have to call for clearance momentarily, but hey. Go to init. We're going from EGLL to GC. Oh, I don't know why I typed in L when I meant to type in C. Your guess is as good as mine. GCLP. There we go. We have a company route, thank God. So I'm not going to force you to watch me type in all the waypoints, because that would suck, not only for me but for you guys too. We'll align the IRS. Our number today is Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. This is obviously a real world flight because that's the point of flying with British Airways Virtual. You do real world flights, and yeah, they run this on a Saturday only, I believe, British Airways, and it goes down straight from Heathrow to Gran Canaria. So, there you go. Cost index apparently is going to be 5 today, according to Simbrief. I'm a little suspicious of that, but okay, I'll take what it says. And we're going to be climbing to flight level 350. However, we will actually be step climbing somewhere around Portugal up to flight level 370. So, here you go. Our block fuel today is 11 tons. Fuel prediction stuff has been filled out. We now go to flight plan, and the whole route has already been put in. The only thing I need to put in now is the departure, and this is going to be a bit awkward because Simbrief couldn't give me a correct departure. It gave me a bunch of sort of ones that don't exist anymore. So I've filed a flight plan that begins at Gogsey. So in theory, you should begin the Gogsey 1 Golf departure, but who freaking knows? That might just be only for Cessnas or something. I don't know. You know, I mean, half the time, you know, when I switch on the camera to record and I start to do clearances and stuff like that, something really bizarre and weird happens. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully I won't talk on the mic for, you know, talk on the frequency with a stuck mic again. That would be really embarrassing. So anyway, let me just shut these doors so it stops beeping, for God's sake. There we go. And turn the seatbelt signs on. And now let's switch over to tower and grab some clearance. Provided tower's still on. They are. Awesome. Okay, so what have we got here? I'm having a look at the ATIS right now on my other monitor. Okay, we're at stand 502, so there's that. We are an A320 at stand 502. And what information do we have? We have Echo, apparently. Information Echo. And the QNH is, I think it's 1012. Yeah, it is 1012. And we want clearance to Gran Canaria. I do have some nice scenery for Gran Canaria, which is free, by the way, as well. It's freeware scenery, which is a bit of a rarity on the P3D side of things, but so looking forward to that. And yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Oh, there we go. The ideas have aligned. Sweet. Alright. Just check we're actually connected, and it's all behaving itself. It is indeed. IVAO obviously runs off TeamSpeak 2, which runs the TeamSpeak 2 client in the background, but that's actually quite helpful because it means you can bring it up and actually check that you're properly on the frequency. If you're ever in doubt as to whether you've connected properly or not. So, okay then. Heathrow Tower, good afternoon. Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, an A320 at stand 502 with information Echo 1012. Request clearance to Gran Canaria, please.
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, Heathrow Tower, good evening. QR clear to destination via the Goxie 1 Foxtrot departure, runway 27 right. And squawk for you will be 0563.
Cleared to Gran Canaria as filed by the GOGSI 1 Foxtrot, departure 27 right, and squawk 0563, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa.
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, reback correct and report when ready for push and stop.
Wilco 8 Golf Papa. Alright, that's interesting. I normally thought you departed off 27 left at Heathrow. Maybe there's some sort of NOTAM that I'm not aware of. So hey, let's get the transponder dialed in before I do anything else. 0563. That's done. And I just pressed a button. I don't know what I pressed. I think it was the group recall button, so we're okay.
Speedbird 444, request taxi.
There you go. That's treble 4 over there,
Yes,
next to us.
Taxi.
Okay, so let's get that dialed in. Departure is going to be of 27 right.
Company
I'm still a
A320
little confused about that, but okay.
Bravo, Lima and Alpha 4 as well.
Okay. And it's going to be GOGSI 1 Foxtrot. And we will insert that right away, and that should all be now fine. One of the great things about the Aerosoft Airbus is it, generally speaking, gets a lot of its sort of routing correct, which the JAR design quite often doesn't. It quite dramatically fails at drawing a lot of departures and arrivals and things properly, but this one's done it sort of more or less exactly as I expected it to. So no worries there. Okay, up here on the MCP we can hit speed and heading to, managed. He didn't give us an initial climb, so I'm just going to put this up to transition altitude, which is 6,000, which is also happily happens to be the altitude we want to go up to on the SID chart anyway, so there you go. 6,000 managed climb mode, and we'll put constraints on, and that's pretty much it for everything in here. We can go now to perf. We can go to flaps. We'll use config 2.
And request taxi directly on the right side.
Pro tip: key up after saying if you can help it. Okay, that's the V speed's done. Flex temp. Trim and everything. It always gives you 0.8 up, which is probably incorrect, but it's never really done anything dramatically bad, so I'm just going to use it anyway. And there you go. That's pretty much everything in here sorted. I'm just going to go flight plan and check there aren't any discontinuities, but there aren't, so that is good. Very nice. Alright. I'll go back to the takeoff ref page, and we're more or less ready to push back at this point, I think. Okay, now on beacon can go on, and yep. We're ready to go. I am going to start up my BA virtual ACARS, which will monitor my flight and then send off the data for it to BAV once we're done. It is going to make a horrifying beep noise though in a second, so you've been warned. Oops, we don't have the parking brake on. It doesn't like it when you don't have the parking brake on. Okay, there it is. Position report window can go do one, and there we go. Okay. Speedbird 8 Golf Papa is fully ready.
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, push and start approved, QNH 1012.
Push and start approved, QNH 1012, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. Alright, let's get our skates on. I'm a bit pushed for time now because the earlier attempt at recording this dramatically failed in a quite hilarious way. Like I said, the sim forgot how clouds worked, apparently. It was very weird, but anyway. Request... no, we don't need any of this stuff. We're going to go push back and departure. We're going to go nose left. We don't want to start before pushback. I will get these doors closed as well. I almost forgot. And actually start the APU. I got a bit ahead of myself there, to be honest with you, but never mind. I won't take long to get up and running. He won't do anything until we release the parking brake anyway, so remove all the ground junk too, so wait until this goes green and says available, then we can get rid of external power and all the good stuff. This might take a second. Waiting for this to run up to 100% in. Police car outside my window. I don't know if you can hear that anymore, actually, to be honest with you, because I've started using a noise gate on my microphone audio. But if you could hear the police car, then you'll know that's a bit of a tradition of my earlier videos. Oh, man. The perks of living right down the road from a hospital, eh? Anyway, there we go. That's that done. External power can go away, including all of this stuff here. Bye-bye. Very nice. Yeah, whenever I change view to the external view, we get a very wonderful view of the blue sky. It's a bit of a bug with the Aerosoft Airbus. I don't really know why it occurs, but it does. Anyway, here we go. Those down there would be our KLM and our Speedbird friends on their way to Amsterdam. Parking brake is released. Alright, fine. I thought you wanted me to release the parking brake. Make your mind up, GSX. Yeah, okay, there you go. He's a fussy bastard, isn't he, Mr. GSX? Never mind. Alright. Starting number 2. And we didn't actually retract the jetway, so we're just sort of sliding away from it right now. There we go. See ya. Bye. Never mind. I actually remembered to retract the jetway on my initial recording, so never mind. My Heathrow scenery has changed, by the way, while we're here. I'm using UK 2000 Heathrow instead of Aerosoft because the frame rate isn't nearly as terrible with UK 2000. With all the settings turned down. Aerosoft definitely looks prettier, but now I've joined BA Virtual, I fly into and out of Heathrow so friggin' much at the minute that I can do without the eye candy for the sake of a better frame rate flying into this place. So yeah. Okay, what's the temperature outside? It's 9 degrees. I think that's... I can't decide whether or not that's sort of anti-icing territory, really. We'll go with no for now. I know for a fact that this Airbus doesn't model icing at all anyway, so...
8.125, have a great flight.
It hardly matters.
Good takeoff, runway 27 right, when passing 1000, contact radar 128, 125, Speedbird, 444, thanks, have a nice evening.
Brake is set. He's going to take his sweet bloody time. For those of you who've been wanting explain videos, you guys have been asking for them, I know. I will be getting back to explain very shortly. I know there's been a bit of a spree of P3D ones lately, but we'll be getting back to explain. I've got a 737-200 sort of FlyJ Sim twin jet video lined up in the near future, so you've got that to look forward to. But for today, I wanted to fly my Airbus down to Gran Canaria, and I really didn't want to do it in the JAR Design one, so... Okay. So, thankfully, because we're going off 27 right and not 27 left, we only have to go down there to the end. As opposed to taxiing all the way across the airport, which would suck. Okay, everything's good. Engines 1 and 2 are up and running. Okay, taxi lights. And turn-offs are all good. We can do a flight controls check. We can also actually turn off the APU before I leave it running for an entire flight again. Okay, flight controls check, left, right, up, down, rudders, etc. Do the hokey cokey, etc, etc. It's all good. QNH is set. And we are ready for our taxi pretty much. Yep, let's get on with this then. Speedbird 8 Golf Papa is ready for taxi.
speed 8 Golf Papa, taxi via Bravo Lima to Alpha 4.
Bravo Lima to Alpha 4, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. Alright, nice dash cam view, but not actually required right now. Let's get moving. Oh, did we miss Speedbird 444 taking off? I think we probably did, didn't we? Never mind. I'm actually going to switch on my track AR now. There we go. Okay, so let's do the before takeoff checklisty stuff. Order brake max. Spoilers armed. Flaps can go to config 2. Look at me, I switched on track AR literally just now and I'm still trying to move around with the mouse. And we can test the TO config, which is good, it's all green. Excellent. So we are takeoff no blue and ready to go. Switch on the strobes and big lights and stuff when we get to the threshold and the transponder. Don't forget the bloody transponder.
KLM 205 for winds 230 at 13, clear of takeoff 270 right to when passing 1000, contact radar 128 125. Have a great flight, bye.
I think we missed the KLM as well, that sucks. Never mind.
Radar 128 125, KLM 205, good.
Okay, so we're going. All the way to the end here. Still on Bravo right now. I panicked for a second there. I thought I was an Alpha, but I'm not on Bravo. All the way to the end, and then it's the first sort of left. We'll see Alpha 4 on the taxiway sign, hopefully. Not a complicated taxi, thank God. Wow, the weather is actually incredibly awful. Actually going to put the wipers on. You will note, I actually have the Blue Sky Star sound pack. Oh, hello! We didn't miss him at all. There he goes, Mr. KLM. I forget the number. See ya. 205, that was the one. You'll notice anyway, even though I have the Blue Sky sound pack for this Airbus right now, the wipers don't make horrifyingly annoying noises. So, yeah. Evidently when they made the sound pack for this, after making the one for the JAR Design Airbus, they changed the wiper noise. I've also got some new cockpit textures installed from it. I forget where exactly I got them from. It was quite some time ago. And in addition to that, I have the Precipit FX what do you call it, immersion package installed, which does all the funky wing condensation effects and things, which may or may not be working at the minute. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Do we actually have any taxiway signs right now? I wonder if I've set the scenery settings for EGLL here, for Heathrow. So bloody low I don't actually have taxi signs, because I don't see any, do you? Am I saying do you as if you're actually here and can tell me if you see them? What a plonker. Never mind. I think I maybe need to up it just a little bit, because I'm missing signs and I'm missing ground markings as well for the gates. So I've got it on the absolute bare minimum settings, to be honest with you, because I was just so sick and tired of having crap frame rates in London. The frame rate still right now is nothing to have a song and dance about, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. So alright, I believe we're either at Lima or we've gone past it. I've gone past it. I think this is Alpha 4 right here. No way to tell without signs. Is this Alpha 4? It doesn't look like any kind of landing point. Oh my god. I think Alpha 4 is just in front on the right. Okay, let's do this. Could have sworn I had signs last time I came in here. Whatever, never mind. Does make life a bit awkward, doesn't it? Hold on, that's a sign over there. That red thing, I'm sure of it. I think that there is Alpha 5. Yeah, it is Alpha 5. This one's Alpha 4 here. And my taxiing is awful, I know. No need to remind me. Here we go.
Few dates Golf Papa, winds 230, 13 knots, clear for takeoff, runway 27 right, when passing 1000, contact radar 128 to the 125, have a great flight, bye bye.
Okay, cleared takeoff 27 right, and when passing 1000 feet we will contact radar on 128, 125, speedbird 8 Golf Papa, thanks. Alright, here we go. Lights on. Where's my strobe at? There's my strobe. Squawk altitude on there and squawk altitude in the client. Don't ever forget to do that when you're flying in P3D. Close that. Don't know why I opened that there, misclicked basically. That's all. Right, here we go. Take off no blue, just double checking that. Let's get out of here. Oh, there is one thing I think I forgot to do. Yeah, here we go. What a time to figure it out. Okay, this down here should be /3 083 for a noise abatement departure procedure, which is what we should really be doing. Whoops, never mind. Okay. Roll up to about 50%-ish, 60%, everything looks good. Manflex SRS. Power set. 100 knots. B1, rotate. There we go. Positive brake gear up. Flaps 1. And because I've got some radio stuff to do, oof, god yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put in autopilot 1 right now. There we go. And passing 1500, I'll reduce power to climb thrust, and then we'll climb at a reduced power for the noise abatement. There it is. And our new frequency is 128, 125.
Like a 112, Heathrow target, evening, RG 5x5.
Get this. 350, please.
Oh, 275, which you don't worry, we all have it sometime or another. Climb flight level 350, direct to Lamso.
Direct Lamso, level 350, Austrian 753.
Under control, good evening, Transavia 1905 with you, flight level 340, inbound Kolach.
Transavia 195, under control, good evening, continue.
We're past acceleration altitude now, so flaps up. I'll contact these guys when we've got a spare bit of the frequency. I can disarm the spoilers. And yeah, oh, I forgot to put that back to norm. London Control, good evening. Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, climbing through 3,500.
Speedbird Golf Papa, London Control, thank you. Ident climb flight level 270.
Climb flight level 270, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. Up we go. And open climb. We don't need no restrictions. We've been cleared up to 270, so that is exactly where we're going to go. And also set standard. So there we go. Flaps are retracted. Gear is up. Barrow ref is set standard. Engine mode selector is normal. Climb thrust is set. And yeah.
Beer Express 265, descend altitude 4,000 feet, T-flow QNH 1012.
Autopilot is in. After takeoff checklist is complete both above and below the line, I think. So there we go. Just finally mentioned it.
Papa, direct to Lorku.
Direct Lorku, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. Now where the hell is Lorku? Let's have a look.
That sounds like
There
I'll
it
go on to
is.
4, ready for descent.
That's
Okay.
going 124, thank you. Descend flight level 25, sorry.
Down 250, sounds like I'll go 1 to 4.
There it is. Direct Lorku. That's actually saved us a bit of time giving us that shortcut. Thank you very much indeed, London Control. There we go. And hello, top of the bloody clouds.
Canon 205, just for
Look at
traffic
that.
info for you, is a 320 that's frozen on the screen, just a couple of miles in front.
Yes, we've got the traffic inside Cannon.
That's what I call overcast.
So it's 404, if you just double check your connection for me please, you might need to secure the IVAO DLL and restart it, you're showing up as frozen on the screen.
Oh dear. Poor Trouble 4's having issues. Been there before, actually.
Watch how we will restart the IVAO.
Happened to me on a stream. It got me. But the IVAP basically just decided I was frozen somewhere in Johannesburg when I was actually halfway to Cape Town. So never mind.
265, turn left heading 290 degrees, when established localizer 27 left, descend bypass. Go 2, thanks for flying, bye bye.
Bye, thank you for control.
Airways Express 265, if you go through the localizer, further left heading 240 to establish.
240 to establish localizer, Airways Express 26.
Session calling you, very, 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 very quiet. Iberia Express 265, contact the town 1185.
Contact with down 118.5, Airways Express 265, for the ATC, switch saying goodbye.
Then I can 203 have gone a disconnect on that point. Thanks for service, have a nice evening.
Bye bye. So then 3462, thank you, identified, descend flight level 150. Speedbird 761, Bristol 1 Charlie, runway 27, descend flight level 220. And that's a 903 for November, correct? So at 906, correction, 761, descend flight level 140. So 761, descent flight level 140.
Continue descent 140, 761.
Squad 8, Golf Papa, radar services are terminated there. Your frequency change is approved and Squawk 2000. Bye-bye.
Over to Unicom, Squawk 2000, thanks very much, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. Oh, there it is. We've reached the edge of the London control area, so it's over to 122.8 and Squawk 2000. There it is. Well, as far as I can see, looking at the old IVAO web eye, we are not likely to run into any controllers that are currently online. Spain is all lit up, but unfortunately we're going to be flying more or less over Portugal, so unless Portugal comes online, or Gran Canaria, which I sort of doubt, but maybe. That will be it, I'm afraid, although I thoroughly enjoyed that either way. So, yeah, for now, really, for me, it is the boring phase of the flight. I get to sit back, twiddle my thumbs, enjoy the view, and count the minutes, really. Probably, if I had to estimate, another 3 and a bit hours to go until we reach the Canaries. And I will see you guys probably when we're closer to the top of descent. So, for now, toodles.
She was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, so she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise, every time she closed her eyes. She was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catching her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly, every tear a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she flies.
Lisbon control speedbird 8 Golf Papa flight level 350 with a request.
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, good afternoon. Squawk 6613, fly to Vexal.
Squawk 6613 and direct. Repeat that, please.
Direct to Vexal, Bravo Echo X-ray, Alpha Lima.
Direct Bexal Speedbird 8 Golf Papa. Also, could we request a step climb up to flight level 370, please?
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, Roger, stand by, calling right back.
Oh. You know what, I've already forgotten the squawk. Bugger, I'll have to ask him again.
Lisbon Library, I think 106, ready for the sun.
Ready at 3106, descent flight level 150.
150, 3106.
And Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, could I trouble you for the squawk again? Apologies.
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, squawk 6613.
Squawk 6613, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, thank you.
Welcome.
There we go. Whoops. Normally I write stuff down in my notes when I get, when I commune with ATC, but that time I didn't actually bother, and yeah.
Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, radar contact 350, climb flight level 370.
Up to 370, Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, thank you. There we go. We'll do the step climb now. And in the real Airbus, I think you put in something along the lines of flight level 370S for a step climb. But, no, it doesn't work in the Aerosoft Airbus, as far as I'm aware. So what I'm actually going to do is go back to the perf page.
Descent to 4,000 feet.
Rather the init page even, and then go 370 here.
I'll correct again.
Should hopefully correct this to 370. There we go. Yep. And then we just bump this up to 370 and open climb. And we are now officially step climbing, and yeah, as you can see, obviously, Lisbon Control is online, which is a nice surprise. I didn't think we'd get Lisbon Control online, so there you go. Very cool. So, step climbs, a bit of a explanation of that, a brief, incomplete explanation. I mean, that's all I can offer you really is. An aircraft has a sort of optimum cruise altitude where it's more fuel efficient, and the lighter the aircraft gets, the higher that optimum cruise altitude is. So over the course of a journey like we're doing, where we've burnt quite a lot of fuel getting here, which is about halfway through our trip now. Sunny Spain down there, by the way. Oh, apologies, actually, no it's not, it's Portugal. I'm sorry, Portugal, I thought you were Spain. That's quite rude of me. But we've burnt a lot of fuel on the way up here, and we're much lighter than we were before. Obviously, we started with 11 tons of fuel. We've now got 6 tons, 6.4 tons anyway, and therefore our optimum cruise altitude is much higher, and therefore we have we're now climbing up to 370 from 350 in order to preserve our fuel economy a bit. So that's all a step climb really is. It's pretty simple when you get down to it at the end of the day.
3106.
It's rare that I have to do a step climb, to be honest with you. I rarely do a flight that's long enough to actually bother. But this one is such a flight.
157 starting is descent to flight level 250.
We've got a hell of a direct too right now. The range on my display right now is cranked absolutely to the maximum, and I still can barely even see it. The next waypoint, Bexel. That's crazy. And there it is, 370. Nice. Yeah, it's not a bad view. Not a bad view at all. Alright, well. That's pretty much it for now. I'll just be cruising along, and yeah, probably the next time I talk to Lisbon Control will be when they hand me back over to Unicom, to be honest. So not much else to see here that's terribly interesting. I'm just going to carry on looking out the window, and I will see you guys when we're ready to do some descent planning, I imagine. So yeah, TTFN.
IGLL 339, continuation 4,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Alright, boys and girls, it's time to start doing some descent planning. It's just from the sea of, well, it's a sea. Also, there is a sea of clouds, though. I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind. As you can see, we're inbound Conba. Gran Canaria is just over there. I've got the train map up so you can see all the islands and stuff. And the coast of Morocco over there on the left-hand side. And, oh yeah, there's IVAO has been really weird today. I requested that meta report for GCLP literally about 2 minutes ago, and it's only just now come through. I don't really know what's going on, but hey. So the My Connection or IVAO or a combination of the two. Yes, yeah, I clicked it twice. It's probably going to be a couple of these coming filtering through now. Finally, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we're inbound Comba. So first of all, before we do anything else, we need to put an arrival in. There was a tower controller on for Gran Canaria earlier, but he's gone off now, and I can't blame him because it's getting a bit late. But yeah, so first things first, as we go GCLP at the bottom, and we're going to go arrival, and we're going to go for the ILS 03, I think, Yankee. Approach for runway 03. The wind is blowing 010 at whatever it is knots at the moment down there. In fact, just there you go. Wait, what? 242 at 0. No. Okay, looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, 010 at 21 knots. Learn how to read a METAR, Dave. You pleb. And we're going to want the... What are you inbound to? Yeah, it's Conba, isn't it? We're going to want the Conba... something Charlie. I recall looking at the chart a minute ago. Where are you? There you are. Conba 4 Charlie. And approach via... Let's have a look. I'm going to go check a chart for this one. It's ILS Yankee 03 left. There doesn't actually appear to be a 03 right in the charts that I can see, so obviously it must be a tiny runway or something. Or it's been closed, I don't know. Right, so for a transition on this one, we're probably going to want Eneta, I believe. Let's see, so I'll show you the chart for this if I can. RNAV stars, no, yeah, we're taking an RNAV star, by the way. So here we go. This is what it looks like. Don't maximise your stupid thing. Right, this is what it looks like. We're inbound to Combo there, and we're going to go Brick, then down here to Golf Delta Victor, and then we're going to make our way down here. So looking at this chart right now, I can pretty much determine that our final approach is probably going to begin at LPC there. So if we go to the chart for ILS Yankee 03 left, which is here, LPC is probably going to be more or less there, which is where we're gonna where our transition's going to be. Honestly, though, I'll probably take manual sort of heading select, and we'll vector ourselves around for an approach, because otherwise it's all a bit strange, to be fair. So, alternatively, we could go from GDV and then no, actually, okay. You know what? Yeah, that's what we'll go with. We'll go with LPC as our transition. If it's even on the list. It's not. Okay, never mind then. VR? Take one of those, I guess. Alright. Clear that discontinuity there. Insert. Okay, so there you go. There's the star taking us in. So I'm now going to go to plan mode. And we're going to zoom that all the way down to 20, and we're going to have to take a closer look just to make sure this all looks about okay. So go down to Brick, GDV, and here we go, yeah. So, yeah, it's sort of made an attempt at this, although there are some definite discontinuities here which we need to get rid of. And get rid of you. So yeah, it's made the best of a weird job, to be honest with you. I'm looking at the chart again right now, and I'm not even sure I quite understand how you meant to do it. Yeah, we're going to ignore this big old mess of green spaghetti, pretty much. We're going to get to around here-ish, and then I'm going to right vector us around for an approach, to be honest. So, or maybe bring us out over the water and then come around this side, I don't know. But I will take care of that myself. If there was an approach controller on, he'd be vectoring us in for this sort of thing anyway. So it hardly matters. So, yeah, there you go. There's the approach programmed in the old McDo here. The MCDU is what it's actually called, but, you know, McDo, because ha ha ha. Go back to arc mode. So top of descent is just going to be past Brick, apparently. Does that match up with the chart? It should do. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. No, there are no restrictions at Brick or anything like that, so yeah. Apparently we're going to start at top of descent around Brick. The only other things we really need to do are go to the perf page and then scroll on through to approach. And then from here we can enter some of the approach info. For example, QNH is 1024 down in Gran Canaria right now. Temperature is a comfortable 17 degrees. Wind is 010 at 21 knots. Oh my days, this is going to be an interesting one, if that's correct. Let me double check that in active sky. 17 knots gusting to 28 according to active sky. Flippin' heck. Alright then. Yeah. Well, this is gonna be an interesting approach and landing for sure. So there we go. Transition altitude over in Gran Canaria is, I actually have no idea, and I think I've just closed my bloody charts page as well. Let me just get it back up. There we go. Transition altitude is what? 6,000. Okay. Just get rid of that. 6,000. If you're ever wondering what transition altitude is for somewhere you're flying, just look on the approach charts. I'll say in the bottom right there. TA 6000, at least on these Lido charts anyway. That's what you're looking for though. Okay, minimums. So minimums, again, here's another thing. It took me months to figure out how to find out what your minimums are supposed to be. So I'll show you that as well. So here on the final approach charts for the runways, you go in here and you've got your descent profile and everything, and then it's this bit down here you want for your minimum. So a Cat 1 DME, which is what we'll be shooting. I don't really see any reason why we shouldn't. Just check, why is the weather down there? Yeah, visibility is great. Few clouds at 3,000 feet, yeah, it'll be a Cat 1. A Cat 1 DME, that's generally what you shoot in good weather conditions. Cat 2 and Cat 3 DMEs are when the visibility is very, very bad. We don't have to worry about that though. Cat 1 DME for us is going to be 350 feet barrow. You know it's barrow because it doesn't say RA after it. If it says RA after it, then it's radio altimeter. So then you would put in here, you would put in radio, but instead we're going to put it in barrow. So I don't know why this became a tutorial all of a sudden. You've seen me do this before, but never mind. So there you go. As you can see, for us, for a Category C aircraft, a Category D aircraft would be a much bigger plane than this, like a 777 or something. We're a Category C, so our minimums are going to be 350 feet barrow. So let me just whack that in there, and that's it. Well, landing config will be full, which is already selected, and that's it. That's the approach page done. This stuff will help with you know, sort of VNAV, LNAV calculations, I guess, and also it will become more relevant as well when we activate the approach phase when we're actually coming in to land. So there you go. That is more or less it. You know, just go back to the flight plan page, monitor the time and that sort of thing. Let's see how long till we arrive. Currently, there it says at the bottom anyway. UTC. So we're looking to arrive at about 10 past 2 Zulu, which is monstrously ahead of schedule. Maybe we got out quite early, and we did get I did get a few very nice shortcuts, just both coming out of the UK and as we passed through the Portugal FIR. So that's probably going to explain a lot of it, and also the calculation might be a bit off. But yeah, by the looks of things, about half an hour from now is when we'll be landing, according to this. Anyway, we'll see how we get on. But anyway, that's everything done really, and once we hit brick, more or less, we will start descending. But for now, I'm just going to go back to looking out the window pretty much, and I will see you guys when we're actually shooting the approach. Okay, we're approaching Gran Canaria. Look at the view out there. Bloody marvellous. There's Lanzarote over there somewhere as well. Lanzarote! Oh, yes. A holiday destination of many a pasty-faced Brit in their lifetimes, I can assure you. There's the airport down there-ish, I believe. I can't quite see from here, and unfortunately, as I said, I can't zoom in when I'm on the in the cockpit. Kind of annoying. It's a little bit of a bug with EasyDock and the A320. I don't really understand it, but hey, there it is. And that down there is Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. Oh, terribly supposed to pronounce it. I haven't got a clue. Oh, and I keep poking my head through the windscreen. Never mind. But here we are, more or less, and in a moment I am probably gonna... I mean, actually, to be honest with you, the approach path looks fairly straightforward, but I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, go ahead and select and all that good stuff myself, to be honest with you. I think, actually, just gonna patch ourselves off a little bit to the left right now. We'll sort of swoop in. Oh my god, why has my view just switched to over there randomly? I haven't a clue. Also, I don't know why the sim is being so laggy! Oh my god! Okay, so Prepar3D just had a bit of a fucking aneurysm. I don't really know why. It's still being a stuttery laggy piece of crap right now. Ugh. Not good. Not good. Never mind. Let me get my Track IR hat back on. And, yeah, I've got it paused right now, so thankfully the view won't go mental this time. Engines are idle, we're still descending reasonably rapidly. I did miss the top of descent by a few miles, because I was away eating my dinner. I came back and I was like, oh shit, we've gone past Brick, need to descend. And there it is anyway. There's the airport. Looking very good down there. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna come out this way and then swoop in around, make a right hand base leg effectively, and then come into land. We do not need to program the ILS or anything like that because the Airbus does it for us. Glorious automation for the win. Yeah, I don't know why Prepar3D is being so laggy and awful right now. I was doing it a bit earlier, to be honest with you, just as I was approaching Portugal. It just, I don't know what happened, but it just went completely bonkers. I'm supposed to be decelling right now, but it's not doing a very good job of it, is it? Let that speed brake out. Let it do what it does best. There's the airport. Looking very good. As I said, freeware scenery this. I forget the name of it exactly, which is a bit stupid of me. Probably should have remembered it, but it's freeware if you just Google Gran Canaria Prepar3D scenery. It's like the first result that came up when I searched for it on Google, so there it is. It looks pretty damn snazzy as well for freeware, got to admit. So that's nice. I was expecting to have to shell out about 15 quid for some Gran Canaria scenery, but I was pleasantly surprised by this, so anyway. Okay, let's bring this over to the right. Speedbird 8 Golf Papa, turn right heading 200 degrees. Oh, and there's the old transition altitude. Let me just hop on over back to the perf page for approach. It's 1024. And it's whining at me now because I've got the speed brake out still. Let's put it away. There we go. 1024 is set. Approach checklist complete. apparently we have... Oh, he's 40... Ooh, he's 40 miles to the top of descent, expecting the ILS runway 03 left at GCLP. And no worries, he's ages away. We're not a factor. He's not a factor to us. Who is that? Let me have a look at the web eye. Who is that there? It's IPW 1507. It's a private aircraft from Italy, apparently. India Papa Whiskey 1507. He's flown from Cologne in Germany. He's a privately registered Boeing 737-800. Well, I never. Interesting. Actually, yeah, that's good right there. Gonna bring it around and intercept the dotted line there. I probably could have and should have, when we were doing all the descent prep, put some range rings in. I know I can do that quickly now. I get the chart up so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Wait a minute, what the fuck is the chart? That's what you want to hear a pilot say, is it? Right. Flight plan, U, fix info, ref fix, GCLP. And final approach fix is 8.8, so we'll put in 9 miles there. Should put at least a nice range ring in there. On the ND. Yep, it has, and that range ring is more or less our final approach fix. So, you know what? Now we've got that visual aid there to help us, we can just turn this puppy around and get ourselves headed towards the localizer. We'll put in another one for 4 DME, I think, as well. So let's hop over GCLP. And 4 miles. There we go, that's the sort of decel point for landing, more or less. We'll maintain 160 knots at least until 4 DME. What we do, we can go perf, activate the approach phase. Airbus will now slow down to green dot speed, as it's called, basically the lowest minimum safe speed with the current flaps config, which for us right now is flaps up completely. Oh, that is a gorgeous sight coming in there. Look at that. Beautiful. Right, well, on the localizer, where are you? There you are. Now turning to intercept that. Very good. So localizer's grabbed. We'll put the flaps down. We'll go. Oop, we won't go config 2. We're too fast. Speed was not checked. Whoops-a-daisy. Turn on my track IR now. Dark mode. There we are. Established. Arm approach. Glide slope should become active just as we cross the first blue dotted line. More or less. Flaps 2. I think I'll bring the gear down as soon as we get on the glide slope itself. And I'll go manual speed. 160 knots. That is British Airways Virtual asking for a position report. At least they didn't try and ask me right in the middle of landing. Good grief. Okay, position report sent. There we go. They ask you for position reports every hour on the hour. Basically to ensure that you're actually monitoring the aircraft and not, you know, off down the pub or something, I guess. Not such a big deal on most flights, but if you're flying long haul, it's definitely a bit of a deal. Okay, there we are, glide slope alive. You're down. Oh, fantastic view right there. Look at that. Okay, right. Okay, established. Missed approach altitude we really ought to set. What is the missed approach altitude here? It is 3,000. Sort of a two-stage missed approach thing where you follow an arc until a certain radial and then you climb to 4,000, but we're pretty well configured for this approach, so nothing to worry about. Should be able to get in here just fine. I don't anticipate to go around. In fact, if I had to do one, it would be a little awkward, simply because we've got another arrival coming in shortly, so yeah, that would be a pain in the arse. Okay. Let's arm the speed brake, go flaps full. I probably should have put the seatbelt signs on ages ago, but I forgot, so never mind. We'll go lights on. Knock you back to taxi, why not? And put ILS on there, which I, again, probably should have done during the descent. Forgot. I always forget to be honest with you. I spent too much time flying Boeings, and in Boeings you don't actually have to switch on the ILS sort of indicators, but never mind. The aircraft, as you can see, follows the glide slope and localizer just fine, even if you've not got the visual indicator up on the PFD. So no worries there. Let's slow down, put manage speed in. Slow us down to our approach speed. And then we'll leave the auto throttle in all the way down until we're about to touch down. The plane will start yelling retard, retard as a prompt to tell me to retard the throttles, pull them back, and then we shall hopefully land without incident. Hopefully. Oh, trucks and things on the road down there. And ships out there as well. Nice.
500.
Okay, we'll take control now.
400. 100 above.
Oh, sorry, just adjusting my seating position there caused the track out to go a bit mental. Okay, here we go. Just dipping low the glide ever so slightly there.
200.
Required it, there we go.
$100.
Wide slope.
70, 60, 50,
Wide slope.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Ugh, that might have been a bit of a rough one to be honest with you, but never mind. Mostly on the centre line and did we bounce there? We may have even bounced. Wow, that's actually shocking. My apologies. I never armed the auto brakes either, although to be fair, we didn't really need to. Bit of idle reverse was more than enough to get us slowed down here, it seems.
200 meters remaining.
And manual braking. versus stowed. Flaps up. Speed brakes disarmed. Terrain off. Welcome to Gran Canaria, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, APU, start that up. Lights off. Don't need to turn offs on either, really, during the middle of the day. At least I wouldn't have thought you would. And weather radar can go off. And scan the strobes, and we can go back to Squawking standby. And in the client as well. And here we are. Now sadly I don't have a reliable bit of info regarding which gate Speedbird 8 Golf Papa usually takes, so we'll just have to pick whatever we like. All I know is it came from Terminal 5 at Heathrow, and that's sort of it really. So never mind. But you know, it's not exactly crowded here, as you can see, so... How the heck do we get over there? Because there's all these little sort of remote stands here that are sort of in the way. I'm going to have to go all the way up there and then back round again or something daft like I probably am, aren't I? Bugger. Well, we're ahead of schedule at least, so a bit of a longer taxi than anticipated isn't going to harm anyone. Look at this, look at all this. It's bloody freeware, this. It's incredible. I'm really impressed. Even by X-Plane standards, this is bloody good. When it comes to freeware, I mean, it's just, wow, nice. Good job on the guys who put this together. You do find that sometimes, I've noticed. Occasional. It's not like X-Plane, really, P3D or an FSX, where you've got loads of free scenery to choose from. But occasionally, I've noticed, you do stumble on some free scenery for P3D, and I tell you what, the free scenery that is out there for P3D is usually really, really good. A friend of mine put me onto some freeware Barbados scenery, which I plan to use on a Concorde trip sooner or later, which is also fantastic and is freeware as well. And someone else, I think some fellow from my Twitch chat, last time I was streaming, put me onto some Edinburgh scenery that was freeware as well, which was also excellent. So yeah, I think we'll take this one right here. And to draw this out any longer than necessary, we'll kill the taxi light. Oh god, took that one a bit wide, didn't I? Jesus. Alright. I don't know what gate this is, otherwise I would have got GSX in with the marshaller and everything. Oh no, here we go. It looks like this is gate 11. Alright, GSX. Gate. I have no idea. L? Nope, not that one. Gate P? Nope. Gate T. Next page. 11. No, I don't need to follow me. Here we go. All the stuff's coming in. Marshall is stood behind a great big pole, so I can't really see him properly. Very good, he wants me to go left. And there we go. I can't actually see him cross over the batons, hilariously, because he's behind that great stonking pole. And that'll about do it. Please cut the engines, he says. Okay, parking brake on. And verify the APU is on and available. It is indeed. Engines off. And beacon off. Hello there, mate. That wasn't a very good parking. Well, thanks a bunch, mate. You being standing behind the fucking lamppost like an absolute troll certainly, you know, you didn't help. Is all I'm saying. And he's just going to walk straight into a wall, isn't he? Yep, well done. Okay. Right then, well, let's see. APU's all on, that good stuff. Okay, fuel tank pumps off. And seatbelt signs off. You can all stand up and move around now. And we can go to ground services, set the traffic cones, the chocks, GPU. We can get the jetway in if it's a... Is it a static jetway or is it a moving jetway? It is a static one, sadly. Never mind. Where you know, it is freeware. You can't really complain. And we'll get the doors open. Oh, stupid laggy door interface. And the cargo. And deboarding, please. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Heathrow to Gran Canaria in the Aerosoft A320 for British Airways Virtual. Speaking of which, let me just stop the flight in the Phoenix A cars. There we go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a cracking flight, actually. We had a bunch of bonus air traffic control, which I wasn't expecting at all. And the weather was pretty cool. And yeah, aside from some sort of really crazy performance issues, which even now, right now, as you can see, I'm still having some strange issues with. I do not know what the hell's going on. I probably ought to reboot my computer and clear out a bunch of shit, because it's just not doing too well at the minute. I mean, I'm not expecting P3D to run amazingly well, but this is a bit weird. There are a couple of places about there where it just straight up froze for a good, minute or so, so that's not good. But on the whole, pretty nice. Wonderful free scenery. And yeah, glad we made this one. It was a reasonably long trip in the end, 4 hours and 12 minutes in total, and I enjoyed it. So, and I'm going to be up bright and early, bushy-tailed tomorrow for the return trip. Guys, let me know if you want me to actually bother recording the return trip. I'll try and get this uploaded in time so that I can actually get some reactions from you guys. But yeah, if you want me to do the return trip and upload it, I'm obviously going to do it anyway, but if you want me to record it and upload it, speak now or forever hold your peace, as they say. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming you wouldn't mind, but at the same time maybe you'd rather just see me fly somewhere else entirely instead of just going back all the way again. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be doing it, just for the sake of completeness. But that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I will see you again as soon as it's humanly possible. While these guys unload all of the cans, which I don't even remember being loaded in the first place, but okay, GSX has its mysterious ways. I do not know what the hell the passenger bus is doing, by the way. He's just clearly trying to figure out his little existence there. I don't actually know. Just sort of doing donuts around the place. Fair enough. I mean, you probably get bored driving around an airport like this as a bus driver, I suppose. What else are you going to do? I wonder if that other guy is anywhere close to landing right now. Yeah, there we go. Just as soon as I said it, descending 3000, report full established, blah 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 blah. He's around here somewhere, but he's not going to land in time for me to actually make him, for him to make it into the video, I'm afraid, so never mind. Too little too late, mate, I'm sorry. You could have been a star, but no, you were just, you didn't quite make it. You were just 10 minutes too late. I'm so sorry. Okay, thanks everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.